And we're not denying the fact that our beautiful continent certainly isn't without its problems. We are in need of support by the international community. So how do you see the way the international community could support Africa? What needs to change in the way the international community views our continent?
Right. Well, the communication about about Africa as a continent needs to change, because that's kind of the key word, the continent. I mean, it's a big, diverse continent filled with different countries, different cultures, languages, and peoples. And you know, with the recent Ebola outbreak, we saw that the Daily Mail reported that tourism, especially the safari tourism to Eastern Africa and Southern Africa, has dropped because of the Ebola outbreak in the far Western Africa. And that really exemplifies, you know, how our view of the South, our view of Africa is problematic when it's so unnuanced, when you don't see the big continent as a continent, and when you see it's a country.
In fact, I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but one of our pet peeves here back home is the belief that Africa is a country. You know, people often say that they're going on holiday to Africa, and we ask, well, where in Africa are you going to? And that's
Exactly.
a little bit of the message in the Who Wants to Be a Volunteer video, isn't it?
It is absolutely. I mean, you know, there's, of course, Lily, as she's called, she really wants to help, and she wants to be a volunteer. She wants to do something, but the way she does it is not necessarily very helpful. And you know, she goes down there to help Africans by, you know, feeding them, by educating them in different ways. And that's kind of a problem as well, this volunteerism that we've seen, you know, where people will go down to, say, Africa for a couple of weeks, a couple of months, perhaps to teach children. And, you know, without knowing the local context, without knowing the local language, that will be very difficult. So we kind of want, of course, we really like volunteers. We want people to go as volunteers, but they need to know their own abilities and capabilities, but also limits. They need to know where they can actually help. Perhaps they could join a local organization in their own country and help start from there. Yeah.
Now, of course, as Africans, this is something very close to our heart and something that we are very proud to be associated with almost. But, of course, you're Skyping me all the way from Oslo. This is a situation that isn't actually on your doorstep. So why is your organization passionate about this, as grateful as we are?
Right. Well, you know, we do work with different projects. We do have partners in South Africa, Zambia, and Zimbabwe. And they've also reacted to how Africa keeps getting portrayed in the media and in fundraising campaigns. But also, you know, this is a voice from the South, coming from different scholars in Africa, for example, that have reacted to this. And what we, you know, we are the kind of the issue here. We are the ones who keep showing these images, and we need to make a change here in Norway to make a change in how we view, Africa.